All right, we're going to have a reading here of my book as written by Dr. Seuss. Yes, he came by my place and I told him the whole story. And so, who better to read it than me? You all familiar with this story? Here we go. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Who's that? Anybody know who that is? Max. Max, are you in there? Come on out. Max is my assistant. Yeah, he's a pretty good dog. You'll hear about him in the story. Here we go. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. No, the Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Please don't ask why. I don't quite know the reason. Could be perhaps my shoes were too tight. Or could be that my head wasn't screwed on just right. But you know, I think the most likely reason of all may have been that my heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, the heart of the shoes, I stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from my cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. I knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a holly Who wreath. And hanging their stockings. Snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. I growled with my Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming. How? I know. Tomorrow, all the Who girls and boys, they'll wake bright and early and they'll race for their toys. And all the noise. If there's one thing I hate, noise. Yes. And then, the Who's, the young and the old, they'll sit down to a feast. And they'll feast, and they'll feast, and they'll feast. They'll feast on Who pudding and rare Who's roast beast. Roast beast, that's a feast I can't stand in the least. And then they'll do something I hate most of all. Why, down in Whoville, every Who, the tall and the small, will stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'll stand hand in hand, and every Who will start singing. And they'll sing, and they'll sing, and they'll sing. The more I thought about it, this whole Who Christmas scene, well, the more I thought, I've got to stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. Then I got an idea. Why, I got a wonderful, awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Yeah, I know just what to do. I'll have to my throat. I'll make a Santa Claus hat and coat. And I chuckled and I gasped. I said, what a great Grinchy trick. Why, with this hat and this coat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All it needs a reindeer. I looked all around, but you know, since reindeer were scarce, there's none to be found. That stopped me? No. I simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So I called this dog Max, and I took me some red thread, and I tied a little horn to the top of his head. And then I loaded some bags on the empty old sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and I whistled for Max. And the Grinch said, giddy up! And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze. And all the windows were dark and all quiet filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When I came to that first house in the square, they slid down the chimney. It was a rather tight fit, but you know, Santa could do it. Well, so could the Grinch. I got stuck only once, for a moment or two, and I stuck my head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, I said, are the first things to go. And I slithered and I slunk with a smile most unpleasant. I went around the whole room. I took every present. Popguns, bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, plums. I stuffed it all in the bags. And then very nimbly, I went to the chimney and stuffed it up the chimney. And I slunk to the icebox and I took the Who's feast. I took the Who pudding. I took the roast beast. I cleaned out the icebox quick as a flash. I even took the last can of Who had. And I stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, I said, I'll stuff up the tree. And as I went for the tree and I started to shove, I heard a small sound, like the coo of a duck. And I turned around and I saw a small Who who was sitting in the who was no more than 2. Why, I had been caught by this little Who daughter. She had gotten out of bed for a cup of cold water, and she stared at me and said, "Why, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our tree? Why?" Well, you know, I was just so smart, so quick. I thought of a lie, and I thought it up quick. Why, there's a light on this tree on one side that won't light, my dear. I'm going to take it back to my workshop, fix it, and bring it back here. And you know what? That fib fooled the child. And I patted her head, and I got her a drink, and I sent her to bed. And then little Cindy Lou Who was in bed with her cup. I went back to the chimney, and I stuffed the tree up. And the last thing I took was the log for the fire on the chimney itself. Then I went up the chimney myself. They call me a liar, but on the walls I left nothing but some hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food left in the house was a crumb, small even for a mouse. And then I went to all the other Who houses and left crumbs much too small for the other Who mouses. It was 1/4 dawn. The Who's still in bed, all the Who's still a snooze. I picked up the sled. I packed it up with the presents and the ribbons and the wrappings, the tags and the twines, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crockett, I rode with the load to the tip top to dump it. Ooh, I said. Oh, I was just humming. They're waking up now. They'll find no Christmas is coming. Their mouths will hang open a moment or two, and then all the little Grinches, all the little Who's will go boo, boo, boo. And that is a sound I simply must hear. So I paused, and I put a hand to my ear, and I could hear a sound rising over the snow. It started low, it started to grow, but the sound wasn't sad. Why, it sounded merry. Couldn't be so, but it was merry. There. Now, I stared down at Whoville, and popped my eyes, and I shook, and what I saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, were singing without any presents at all. I hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. And There I stood with my Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? Why, it came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags.
That was a Grinch.
Maybe, suddenly I thought, something I hadn't thought before.
It's a
Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas is a little bit more. Well, then it happened, and you feel they say that my small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute my heart didn't feel quite so tight, I whizzed with my load through the bright morning light, and I brought back all the toys and the food for the feast. And I myself, the Grinch,